Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Hafida. I've been married since 2011 and Alhamdulillah have given birth to my son Arman on 8th of January 2020. It was after 2 cycles of IUI and 3 cycles of IVF. I was married in 2011 and then we tried IUI in 2015, 2 rounds of IUI. But then because it wasn't successful, gave it a break and then tried another IVF. Finally, we decided to do IVF in 2017. So with this IVF journey, admittedly, it is not easy. It's a very emotional journey, I think, and I guess maybe in Brunei, like I think a lot of people need to talk more about it, more about IVF, and I think the women especially needs to be more open about it because I think what we lack is support. So with my first cycle, when we did IVF, I guess maybe with any couple who does it after years of trying, we tend to expect like things to happen. And I have to admit, it was a lot of tears when we did it, and of course, with any rounds of when we do treatment, we would expect things to happen according to what we wanted. So after doing it, and then there's a 2-week wait, and within that 2-week wait, after 5 days. It was unsuccessful and it was heartbreaking to say the least, I think, because come to think of it, we weren't expecting that actually, And like I said, we thought like, things will just go through it, it will be smooth sailing. So our expectations were quite high. So it was it was hard. It's still hard to actually talk about it. But Alhamdulillah, I think with the team, with the RMU team, Dr. Chitra and the team, they did such an amazing job in supporting and ensuring, giving that emotional support as well. So it's a learning curve, I think, with the first cycle. We don't know what to expect actually. So when we were doing it, I think it's important to be able to talk to someone who have gone through the journey itself, like women who've gone through the same. Because at the end of the day, it's maybe only when you listen to first-hand information, then you'll be able to understand, like, what should we do, what to expect, what not to do, what to eat, not to eat, like those sort of things. So during that time when I did my first cycle, they call it like during the first 2 weeks, it's bed rest period, where you're not supposed to be doing anything, you're supposed to be lying down. And I wasn't expecting that to be very, very stressful. Bed rest is stressful. People thought, we're just lying down, but then not being able to do anything, it's a bit helpless as well. So that was unexpected actually. And then after that, because I had my frozen embryo, Dr. Chitra actually asked me to do it, like not to wait for a long time. And then I did the second cycle back in January 2017. The second cycle within the same year. Alhamdulillah, during the second cycle, we fell pregnant. Of course, I think with the second cycle, I have my takeaways, like, I did my IG because it's just a personal thing that I want to document my journey and to know the pros and cons, like, what to do, what not to do. It's also a reminder of how it has been. And with the second one, we were very ecstatic when we found out that we were pregnant. But on the third month, when we went for our supposedly ultrasound, we found out that there was no heartbeat. It was another blow, basically. We really weren't expecting that we would have a miscarriage. But again, with every cycle, there's something new that we learn, or I learned, what not to do. With the second cycle, I was more prepared to have the bed rest. And then after that, I gave it a break. Until I decided to do it back in 2019. I gave it a break because one, I was busy with work as well, and I guess maybe to actually be doing this, you need to prepare yourself emotionally because it's just a roller coaster journey. So we went through the cycle with our frozen embryos back in 2019, and had the transfer on the 27th of April 2019. And with that, I guess maybe at the end of the day, after doing everything else, I'm not saying that we don't have our expectations, but I think tawakkal lah. Because at the end of the day, there is so much so that you can do, apart from prep yourself, prepare your body, eat healthy, and then get the support that you want. Make sure to get the support, because at the end of the day, really it's not within our control. We've done all our best, but ultimately it's in His will. So with that, Alhamdulillah, it was a smooth sailing journey, I must say. The pregnancy was wonderful. Wonderful in the sense that I wasn't having a lot of cravings, I wasn't in so much pain or whatsoever, and so it's Allah have is the journey as well. In fact, even with each cycle of IVF, Alhamdulillah, the cycle have been not as stressful as some would have gone through, I must say. But again, it differs from one person to another. But at the end of the day, everyone's journey is different. But the emotions is always there. So with my third cycle, Alhamdulillah, I gave birth to Arman on the 8th of January 2020. He was very much awaited for healthy baby, Alhamdulillah. And we are forever grateful to have him, to have these blessings from Allah. I guess we will always count our blessings, and the trials, the emotions, the financials that we've spent on to have him, it's all worth it. And to actually see him and looked up at me and the father and calling us and hugging us, all the injections, all the emotions, all the pains, it's definitely worth it. Alhamdulillah.